Okay. All right. Good morning again, everybody.
Good morning, George.
We've been busy this week because this is although we had the power of three all the way to after convention, the double bonus until tomorrow. They're saying that the Mother's Day packages. Make sure you keep that in mind. Well, meanwhile, let me go back into onboarding. Why we did this years ago when I started network marketing, like I can say many times, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And of course, we didn't have access to the internet the way that we have today because that was in the early 90s when the internet was not really very popular at all. And my upline didn't know what he was doing, and the person that got him into the business, believe it or not, he was in jail. That sounds like a history. He supposedly he got in trouble with some uh, illegal substances. It's funny because he was selling nutritional products, but he got into illegal stuff. I didn't know him. I just knew the person that sponsored me. And the person that sponsored me, he didn't know him either. He just called an ad and he sponsored him into that company the same way that I did. I called an ad. But we didn't know what we were doing at the beginning. And then he found a book that somebody recommended. And then we start reading the book and we use it as our tool to build that business at the time. And that was our manual for a long time. Of course, a lot of the things in that book are outdated because it say things like, for example, if you don't spend at least $500 in long distance services, you're not doing the business. Well, it was because at the time the book was written, used to be is when they used to have, how you said, they were charging per minute, 15 cents per minute, 18 cents per minute, things like that. And that's why it was very interesting. It's totally different from what it is today, obviously. Okay, let me make sure I'm muting everybody. Okay. All right. Now, finally, and when we went to next company, there was a guy that has a system in a book, and that for the team, and that's the way that we started doing this system online. Started, excuse me, my hiccups. Last year, last company that was in. When myself and one of my upline, we created a website very similar to what we have now, although it was not as pretty. We have a much pretty because Adrianne's an artist. I am not. She created a very beautiful site, etc. But the reason is because I wanted to make sure when somebody was coming in and for some reason the upline, they couldn't find the upline or they came in a group that the upline disappeared. They have all the information that they needed in order to start a business. And that's what I'm going to start sharing today. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, sharing my screen right now. Okay. All right. Okay. This is the site is ourlegacymakers.com. As you see, it's very pretty and did a great. We actually hired somebody to do it, but the person that hired it, she started doing it. And then one day she disappeared, personal problems, and she said that she was going to come back. Actually, we were the one that finished the site because she started. We had to make it nicer at the time. We had to add all the links and everything because she had done just basically the framework, but we didn't know how the system that they had decided on or she had designed on works, and we had to learn it. But it's why I said and did a tremendous job making it very nice, etc. But anyway, this is the first page when you go to our Legacy Makers, and it has the welcome letter first. And by the way, it's good if a person goes through these steps, even when you sign somebody up. The first one, it had the letter, and we have updated. The letter is basically showing the steps when you join. That's the same steps that you see on the website. And this is really cool. You can print it out. The second one is why Smart Ship, and I'm not going to go much into it because you can see it in your own. Download the three app. That's getting more and more important because more and more people are using it. It's very powerful, and I love it. It's one of the cool things that we are using as a tool to build our business because it make it easier compared with the way that we used to do before businesses years ago when we used to buy videotapes. We used to send it to people, etc. Here is a link. The cost you buy the app, the pay form is only $9.95 per month. Gosh, I was spending hundreds of dollars every month in tools when I was building my business, even when I didn't have any money. As a matter of fact, when we started making some money, when my checks were like $300 or $400, half of that was going to tool, the other half to the product. But anyway, make sure you download the three app. You can download it depending if you have an Android or an iPhone. You can download the either stores. And the way that you go, actually, you go for you put three international app. Let me show you to you how the way that. Okay, you go to the App Store, and this is the way that it's going to look like. Make sure that you look at 2.0 because the one that appears on the app actually when you go through your phone is there's two, and the one that say 2.0, that's the one that you are going to be downloading. Really cool. Let me close it. Okay. All right. Let me go back to the. Okay. Now, this is the second thing. The third thing is the Shout community. Shout community, the way to join, you can take a picture with your phone of the QR code, or you follow the link here, this link that you can sign also there, Shout Team community link, or you can watch a video, a tutorial video. It's a short tutorial video that show you how to get in the call. It's only like 3 minutes. Yeah, it's 2 minutes. It's very short. And then you see how to get on that Shout app. Very cool. The Shout app is cool because we don't use it as much as we're supposed to, but we are going to be adding more things. But it's really good because it has the links to many things that you find here also too, but you can do it through your phone without having to go to the website. Okay, let's go to the next page. And the next one is a back office tour. And it shows you is, first of all, that has the link to your free back office. And then, of course, this is how you're going to get paid. The wallet training. This is a video that show you, interactive video that show you how to set it up. And the same by the next is also go to directly, but this one goes directly to the wallet. The product education. This is really cool. This is a link that you can actually copy from top and use it for many other things. But anyway, here talks about the products and goes in detail. And that doesn't mean that we have to learn all this because we don't have to. As a matter of fact, there are things that are there that we're never going to learn because they are the studies, etc. But anyway, here is showing the different products, the different studies. You can click and you can read more about the studies, and you don't have to learn all that. If somebody say, "Well, a study," you just send it to them. There are some people that think that they have to know it. We don't. We are not scientists. We don't know many of those things that not even how to explain it. We have the different videos, and most of these videos are also in the app. Then we have interviews with Dr. Dan. We are updating one of them probably by this weekend. And then we have a video of the Medical Plant Research Institute in Thailand. We have the different products, and the different products have two things. They have the fact sheet that, by the way, is also on the app with all the ingredients, etc. When somebody asks you about the ingredients, you don't have to know the ingredients. You just send it to them. And also the next one is the clinical dossier. And this is for people who are more into science because this is what it is. It's an abstract, medical abstracts. At least me, I read those and it's kind of Chinese because that's not my training. And they are so long that you don't have to read it, but it's good to have it there. Why? In case a health professional asks for it. But rarely they ask, but we have it there. We are one of the few, or the only company that had those things on each product, by the way, as you see. Anyway, and here at the end, we have additional product resources, including manufacturer certifications. Many people ask you, well, where the products are manufactured, and you say, well, here in the U.S. But they want to know more of if for real, then you can just copy those certifications and send it to them. They tell where they are made, in Texas and in Utah, as you see here. Anyway, and they have also, you have direct access here to the clinical dossiers that are next to each product. But here's all the products that have the clinical dossier. We have to add two products that they just came out with a clinical dossier. But anyway, cellular absorption, also the family of products, the PDF that has all the products uses guide. This is really cool for the nutritional product, and all the products have to use them. I love that. As you see, everything is there. Let me go back to the main page. This is again the home page. And then we have the business training. The business training is very simple. Step one is make your list. The step two, connect and inviting. Step three, presenting. And step four is just follow up. You see, it's make your list, connecting, presenting, and follow up. And then, of course, the step five is for people to onboard. And here, in each step, you see create name list, and when you go into that, okay, it tells you that the different ways to. Oh, oops, went to the wrong place. It's something that. Oh no, never mind. I just clicked in the wrong place. It has the forms, etc. The basic form first, the project 100, write your first 100 names. How to share your story. There is a PDF file also. How to set up and create your story. And the step to connect and inviting, how to connect with people. Okay, and then we have the scripts. And there are a lot of scripts here, and you can go through the script to see it. But for example, this one, the script for life are for social media. I had to relabel that because many times people don't find it, script for life. But anyway, we have all the scripts there. And again, everything can be reached from here. How to present the opportunity with the presenting tools, and the presenting tools, of course, they are the different live presentations of the calendar there, the pre-recorded presentation that we have. And by the way, you have all that. Also, you can upload it or have it on your app. It's just that it's nice to have it on the training call and the training side here, because you know where everything is. The step four is, again, all the steps to follow up, closing the scripts, overcoming objections, etc. But let me tell you one thing. All these things you are going to do it with your upline at the beginning, because that's the best way to learn. However, they are there in case somebody comes and was sponsored by somebody that didn't tell them anything, like happened to me, or when I started myself or my upline didn't have a clue what we were doing. I wish we have had a guide like this. And then the steps to onboarding. And one of them is the letter that we just said, send a welcome letter to people onboarding, that basically is a video similar to what we are watching now, and the team calendar. Okay, let me go back to the page before. All right, and this is basically the first page. Now, you want shortcuts, okay? And this is the getting started, by the way, it's the same thing, getting started, the first page. Business resources. Business resources is cool because, first of all, by the first page, launching your business, it then sends you to the same page with the same steps. We have it in several places, and people, they say, gosh, I don't remember one page is. Well, in business resources, we have it directly there. Now, the second page, tools for presenting, again, it goes to the site that we saw before. The live presentation, team calendar, etc., etc., etc. It's the same thing. As you see, we have it in several places, but here is directly on business resources. Now, the third one, excuse me, up. Order form. This is the order form that I recommend to print several of them. And this is the team when you get the information for the person, the package that they need, etc. This is when you are signing up somebody. And it's good to have it, even if you are signing up somebody online, it's good to have it in case, because one of the things that we do, we take all the information right away. We don't do it online because sometimes the internet crash and you don't want to waste time. You want to get all the information, then you do it yourself. And you write all the information here. Again, this is the form, team form, tracking forms. Now, this is very important. The first tracking form that you're going to see is Project 100. When you click down here, you see, is the one that you write 100 names. And I know some people say, I don't know 100 people. Yeah, we do. We do. Even me, I didn't know most people here because I came from another country. I was able to get, my first list was, they asked me for 1,000 people, my upline, because we thought that that was the right way. And I went to like 195 and I was suffering because I said, I don't know enough people here. The next one is the practice of three connect, three presentation, three follow-ups. That's the 3-3-3, and we're going to go a little more into that when we go into the pay plan. Then the tracker. These two, this first one and this third one, are probably the most important tools, because here what you do, for example, I don't know if you can see it in the camera here. It's one of the lists that we are making. You see, my wife is making a list of several people here. This is for this week. And then the people that we are going to be, of course, the people that see the presentation, we are going to write it here. And then the people that we sign up. But she's making a list of people, 30 people for this week. We do it weekly, by the way. But many people use it for monthly list. The people that they are going to connect that week. But anyway, the reason I have this is because when somebody comes to me and says, the business is not working, I asked for this list because I wanted to see what kind of activity they're having. And something sadly that I found, most people don't have even a track of what, they don't even really know how many people they have connected to, or they realize that they have connected only with 5 people that say no, and they think everybody's going to say no. It's why this is so important for you, and also for you keeping track of business. In business, any business, if you have any kind of business, traditional business in the past, you have to know where you are. You have to have forms that you follow up. But even if you have not have a business, when you are working for a company, you see that people, they have forms, they have tracking forms, many or digital or in paper, where they keep track of the things that are happening. If a business doesn't have that, and this is a business, well, it's hard to build it. The roadmap to 3-star is basically what it says. You bring 3 people, and then you bring 3 more, and then until you become a 3-star. Basically, I'm not going to go into details right now, but this one shows you how to become a 3-star. Okay, and we have fast track with Bleak package, weekly planning. This is weekly planner plan is what is happening every week. Okay. Oh, and this one download. Okay, I forgot that this one download that doesn't show me for some reason. It's opening. Okay, all right. This is like a daily, everything that's happening every day. And then you say, I have 5 people this week, 10 people this week. You don't have to write the names there because, as you see, the spaces are small. This is something that you use to track how many people you've been connecting every week. And the next one, this is really cool. I downloaded to have to see how we can do to show it instead of having to download it. All right. Oh, I know why it's not showing. But anyway, this one is where you keep track of the people that you've been talking to, the follow-ups, etc. Every time, I know many times if you have a system that you can use your phone, that's okay too, because they have tracking softwares and the to-do list here on the phone, though you can do the same thing. But I like to have paper. And then you have the names of the person, when you connect with the person, etc. Again, you have to make sure you know who you're talking about and why, and when, if you do 1 follow-up, 2 follow-ups, etc. Okay, all right. But these are the forms. Let me go back. Okay, and those are very important, especially the 2 that I told you. Now, the product training is the same training that you saw on the first page. I don't have to go here. Team presentation slide, when you click here, you download the presentation that we are doing now. We make sure that we keep it updated all the time. And this is the reason you can download it in your computer if you are using presentation with your computer, or you want to print the slides and make it like in a presentation book. Help professional slides. These are when you are working with health professionals. And the same thing is help as a PowerPoint presentation for professionals. And we are going to go into that in a second. I'm not going to go right now. But this is when you are talking to, when I say professional, health professionals. Here are scripts for success. This is a shortcut to scripts that we saw before. When you go here, you go to the page where we have all the scripts, you see? This is explanation of the pay plan that we have financial rewards. You go to the page here, and there's a different explanation of the financial rewards, videos, PDF files, etc. I recommend to go through the compensation plan video and then with the one-page pay plan, because this page, I have to say, is a little confusing, but it's because it's made by accountants and attorneys in the company that you have to follow certain rules. But if you want to know how to do it, make sure you follow this. I like to do this too. And also the power of three, obviously. Okay, oops, I jumped ahead. Okay. And then okay, let me. Then we have different other poster check custom checklist. This is something that we will be coming soon. Social media. This is going to be expanded. We are going to have a lot of cool things coming up. Still, we are like 2 months away because what we are doing is very cool. But you can listen to the calls that we do on social media on Fridays. Here are the training and recording links. Okay, they are in shout. Oh, I don't want to do through the whole process. All those recordings access are in shout, but also they are in our channel. That's the link's supposed to be there. I have to fix that. Quick links. It's just quick links. For example, corporate information, etc. And our Zoom, etc. Links. If you say, "Gosh, what is the Zoom number?" Okay, here you just copy this, and then you go to our Zoom link. Custom invite. This is if you want to create your own custom invites, you can have a Canva account, and this is transferred to your account, and you can customize it, put in your name, etc. This is something that most people don't need right away. Usually, the invites that we have is enough landing page. This is something really cool that I love it. You can upload it into your app. This is basically a presentation of three that you send to people. You have a review of the call. We have to make sure, and here is a similar page to the products, to the one that you saw before. It's not as in detail, but also has a lot of details. These are for this. It's why I like this launch page, because you can send the link. You see, there are not as many links. We have to make sure that people don't go crazy with this. We talk about Radiant, about skincare. And then we have a compensation explanation. This is really cool. And when people watch this, at the end, they connect with the person that sent you this link. And again, let me go back. We call it landing page, but it's treelaunch.com. It's a whole presentation. And again, this is not a app application, but you can upload this. If you have the pay app, you can upload this into your pay app, and you can send it to people and see when they are seeing this information. It's a really, really cool presentation. I don't think enough people are using it, but it's cool. I'm probably going to do a training just on that during the week. And the last one is the workbook. This is a workbook actually where you go deeper into your leads, etc. I'm not going to go in detail now, but that's when you're writing your leads. Okay, here, this is a Kiwi book actually, and you start talking about your goals, and then your top people. This is when you want to go deeper into the list of people that you have. Very cool. Okay, let me go back here. And everything that you see is here. Now, there are other links on top. For example, they had the professional program. This is for people that are connecting with health professionals. I don't connect with health professionals personally, I have to say. I've never done it. However, we have people in our team that do it. And for that, we created this system. And this system, it talks about how a professional set up their office. This is for health professionals. Some of the links are the same, but other ones talk specific how to deal with patients, with other health professionals, the professional slides, and different things for the office. This is really cool to have as a tool. However, I want to tell you, make sure if you are going to connect with a health professional, make sure you talk to your upline because they are the hardest to connect with. That's why I had never done it. I've been on over 30 years in this business. We have created organizations that move millions of dollars per week. I had never approached health professionals. Have I had health professionals in my team? Yeah, but I talked to the ones that I approached are people I knew, but I was approaching with the business, not the products, because I like to develop business. But the great majority of people, 99.9999% of people I approached were not health professionals. And the only reason that we approached it because they were friends of us, like chiropractor friends of us or doctor friends of us. And we were talking to them about the whole picture because doctors, if you heard Dr. Green talking about why he's intrigued, he said, I don't need money, but I need freedom, time freedom. And that's why he's here, because he's creating time freedom with the business. And of course, he chose three because we have amazing products that he can use himself, the patients, and the people that he's sponsoring to the business. But anyway, this is really cool. And by the way, you can click here on languages where you see top, and you see here where you say English. You can translate it into any language. I'm gonna put, oops, came in Serbian. That's automatic. I don't speak Serbian, but for example, I can read French, for example. Here it is. Benvenut. This is cool, huh? And we have around 100 translations, 100 in different places. You can have Spanish. All right. Obviously, because I speak Spanish, I speak Spanish, I can speak a little French and Italian. But anyway, this is so cool. Okay. All right. I know it's a lot of information, but it's mostly because I want to make sure that you are aware of everything there. And the main thing, by the way, is the welcome letter, because the welcome letter is the one that prepare everybody to come in the business. But people, it's important that people are aware